Pomona's Sunday lesson today. This is the 21st of June, 2026, and today we are talking about Circle of Chairs. This month we have been talking about different things that are happening in our community, and many of them are things that I am involved in, and I want to let our congregation and our community know really the amazing things that are happening. Welcome back, Ruth. We're so glad that you're well enough to come back. Yes, so thank you for being here. We are glad that you are here. Hopefully more will be coming in. Drac is back from his birthday, and I ordered presents for you, but they haven't come yet, Drac. So that they are on their way, Amazon says. So we have had a lot of birthdays the last week or two, so thank you all for that. David is going to help us sing our introductory song. How many of you have seen the movie or the play Godspell? Any of you remember Godspell?
I saw the play.
I saw the play too, years ago, and I love the song in the play, Beautiful City, which reminds me of the beloved city, right? It's all the same idea. And so we've been trying to sing it here, our small little group, and it hasn't worked so well, so we're trying it with a video and just sing along with the video this time. So David, if you can come out and get us started on the video. And I've got, hopefully I will be able to put the slides up or not. No. We'll just sing along. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the slides probably won't work. Okay. And you got to skip through all the ads. You know, without a tech person anymore, what can you do, right? We're so blessed to have. Okay, so let's get into the mood. Come sing sweet rejoicing. Come sing we love. We're not afraid of voicing all the things we're dreaming of. Oh, high and low, and everywhere we go, we can live a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Words are in your bulletin. A beautiful Okay.
All right.
Thank you guys did so well.
Imagine that's the city of Pomona that they're dancing
It
through.
is the city
Yes.
of Pomona, and it really is the city of Pomona, for sure. So, thank you. So, no, I'm going to start here by song. There. So I had, when we were singing it, I had the words and I had pictures of stuff that's happening in our community. So I just invite you to take a minute and notice some of the ways that our community comes together in love to create a beautiful city. And there's a lot of work that's going on through the city, through the school district, through Circle of Chairs, through Compassionate Pomona, through Compassionate or Character Champion Kids, through our mayor's cleanup that he goes out and cleans up paper twice a week, and through our early childhood work that we're doing in the city of Pomona. So it is truly an honor to be a part of this. And I mean, I just wonder how many of you feel really called to make a difference in the world. I know. Look at the hands. Look at these hands. So that's what we're here. That's what we're all about. And we each do it in our own unique ways, and a lot of times we get to work together in that work. So I am blessed to have two friends from the Circle of Chairs that are with me today, and they're going to be giving most of the message. I'll be setting it up, but I'm just so happy that you're with me, Natalie and Richard, and I look forward to hearing and you're sharing your stories. I found a prayer from Martin Luther King. So I'm just going to, it's a short prayer, and it says a lot about who and what we are and what we aspire to. So let us take a moment and move into our heart as we hear these words. Oh God, we thank you for the lives of great saints and prophets in the past, who have revealed to us that we can stand amid the problems and difficulties and trials of life and not give in. We thank you for our foreparents who have given us something in the midst of the darkness of exploitation and oppression to keep going. Grant that we will go on with the proper faith and proper determination of will, so that we will be able to make a creative contribution to this world. In the name and the Spirit of Jesus, we pray. And so it is. Amen and amen. It's hard for me to read through tears, and that song brought tears to my eyes. To me, it's very moving. So let us now sing the Lord's Prayer.
Thy kingdom come.
And thank you, Drac, for putting me onto the idea of having the video, which was a great idea. So, announcements quickly. We always gather for food and fellowship after our service, and I invite you to join us. I know it's Father's Day, and so many of you may have places to go and things to do, but those who can stay are certainly welcome. I continue to bring books from my home library to share with you, and so feel free to look at them, take them, return or not as you feel guided. After our lunch today, we're going to do some mindfulness meditation. Everything I do and learn about involves really being attuned to our own senses, our own body. I think this is a really important part of our spiritual work. So I encourage you to stay as we do sitting, eating, and walking meditation. And then there is Soul Connection at 5 o'clock today from 5 to 6:30, and it is about fathers. And Almitra Henderson, our Baha'i friend, invites us to bring into the circle a photo of your father or a father figure, or to share a poem or some music in memory of him. So those are pictures of my dad. So, yeah, he's a real sweet guy, most all the time. Yes, most. You got that. Being a father is not an easy job, is it, Richard?
No, it's not.
It is not. Unity's meditation and prayer is on Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30. And that will be right after our banner making. We had a number of people for banner making last week, and we'll finish up or continue. Jackie started and finished a banner this week already. So she is the ultimate banner maker. And
Not as much as you are.
well, she had some help from me. So I need some help from her this week. But yeah, so we look forward to having your banner up, Jackie. And there's all kinds, no limit to God's creative influence in our lives. So I invite you to join us. The book study then is on Thursdays from 7 to 8 as we continue with Let There Be Light, looking at the Hebrew scriptures. And then this month, we're just so blessed to have so many community people come in and join us. Next week, we have the leaders from UCLA that are working with our early childhood work in Pomona. Pomona is known for resilience in spite of many issues and problems, and UCLA is looking at that, and UCLA is also helping us, and we have a number of grants that are happening in Pomona around that. And so it is not just that Pomona is doing it. In fact, most of Pomona doesn't even know that the world is watching Pomona. Isn't that an amazing thing? Yeah, because we're doing something right, and we're going to be doing more right. So we're going to learn about that next week with Jennifer and Ephraim from UCLA. So we continue to collect items for the UCC church here in Claremont to give to residents that can no longer work due to the threat of ICE. And we so we know everything and all our blessings come from the one. Let us say the affirmation that is on the screen as our wonderful Liz passes the basket today. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all I am, all I give, all I do, and all that I receive. And so it is, and so here comes Liz. And just a reminder that our church runs on the blessings that are given to us, and there's a number of ways to give, including a Zelle QR code there, and all kinds of ways. So if you have a question, ask me. And I'm going to call Jennifer Derry up today to read our daily word. The Daily Word is one of our most well-known publications in Unity, and today it's on Father's Day, and there's a bunch of pictures of fathers. including our own Andy Quinones. So, welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you. My dad was really cool. I miss him. Blessing for fathers. I celebrate fatherhood and bless all fathers today. Today, I bless my father and give thanks for the part he played in my life. I also bless those who showed me fatherly love, who taught and guided me, who led by example, by demonstrating the divine attributes of strength and wisdom. The love and support I received from all the father figures of my life helped me become the person I am today. I am grateful for those special ones who saw my potential and encouraged me to reach high and pursue my dreams. I am also thankful to them for the encouragement they provided during times of disappointment and discouragement. I bless the world's fathers and pray they know the support and guidance they have so lovingly shared with me. The righteous walk in integrity. Happy are the children who follow them. Proverbs 27.
Thank you, Jennifer. And David, can you turn the light on the, I need more light on my pulpit. Yeah, that helps. Thank you. And thank you, Jennifer. It's nice to have you up today. So, let's see. We get to sing another song today. Seems like every time Richard's here, we're singing the same song, which is Lift Every Voice and Sing. But this is a special song and a special theme. So let's go for it.
I apologize that I won't be singing, but I'll make sure this melody line is strong.
You will not be singing.
Probably not.
I'm sorry to hear that. So
A lot of times
those
I
who
figure
know
that
it,
one out.
and if you want to stand, you know, this is
yes.
still called the
Please
Black
stand.
National Anthem, right? So let us stand, if you can, and sing it out. Voice and sing, children heaven bring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise, high as listening skies. Let it resound today we are talking about the Circle of Chairs racial dialogue group and events and work, and why. Why are we doing this work? What has led to it, and where is it going? There are some pictures of some of the work that the Circle of Chairs has done. These are probably some of the more recent ones, but how many years has it been, Natalie?
2017, January 2017 is when we began.
2017. Okay.
So 9.5.
Quite a few years, and more people and different people. So I want to start with a little humor and Father's Day humor. So how many have ever gotten their father a tie for Father's Day? Yes. How many ties do you receive, Richard?
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore, the olden days. So sometimes ties.
We can't read it because it's backwards.
Oh,
The first one.
Oh,
What
the
does
first
it
one was
say?
backward. Okay, I'm sorry. It just was ties. All the fathers with ties. So this one is, and I'm sorry, sometimes I do that. Sometimes ties have honeydew lists on them, as in this gift. And so, but it's important to remember that being a father requires a lot of tools, and those tools are God-given tools. The toolkit includes integrity, diligence, guidance, strength, wisdom, patience, and a whole lot more. And so we see and imagine our fathers these days having those tools at their disposal, the tools that they need to help their families be strong. My story begins with in Topeka, Kansas, where I was raised. We moved there when I was just starting kindergarten. And we remember that Jesus from the cross said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." I do believe that a lot of the racial problems in the United States are because people are ignorant. They are ignorant about how what they do affects other people. They are ignorant about the past and how that has affected people. And so as we come together in the Circle of Chairs, we talk about those things, don't we? We talk about them so people can't feign ignorance anymore, because they hear the stories. They hear the stories that touch the hearts and open the hearts. And so even though we may not want our hearts to break, they need to break. They need to hear. I was blessed to go to Topeka High School. My grade school, I didn't know what segregation and integration was in the 1950s. I was in Topeka, which was a place where Brown versus the Board of Education happened. And so my grade school was probably segregated, although we had people from all over the world there, but we didn't have African Americans. And then we had, in my junior high, I don't know if it was integrated or not, but by the time I got to Topeka High School, which is this beautiful building on the screen, we were a very integrated group, and it was amazing. And some of the most, certainly the best athletes, the most excited in school, some of the brightest musicians and speakers, et cetera, were the African American kids that came in. However, I already had a group of friends from grade school. I already had a group of friends from junior high. So I did not particularly get to know these new kids that I really admired. I didn't have a lot to do with them. Interestingly, Menninger Clinic was just down the street from where I live. And Menninger, I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it was like the Mayo Clinic, but it was for mental health. And they had social workers, and they decided that they were going to help with integration. So they asked families black and white families to host living room dialogues when I was in high school. And my family said, we're hosting, we want to host. And we were chosen. And I think of, as I look back, of all the things that had happened in my life, probably that decision and that work changed my life more than anything else. And it was just such a simple thing, you know, which makes me remember how important the simple things we do in the community can be, how they can touch lives. So in my house, that's a picture of my house that I grew up in, we had this whole group of black and white kids talking about their lives, guided by two social workers. From then on, that planted in me a need to make a big difference in the world, because I saw that that was happening and that that would happen and that I could make a difference. And so when I went to Baker University Methodist College in Baldwin City, Kansas, they offered a trip to Africa and I signed up. And I was surprised. Here we were in Botswana, Africa for a summer, and I was home. I felt home. And that really surprised me because I'd never been there before. But there was something that I resonated with it. I don't know if it was past life or DNA, that we all are one, you know, we all go back to the same roots. But so then, after living 2 years in Africa, I left, I came back, and we started our family. I still had the need to have diversity. I mean, diversity was a part of my DNA, a part of who I am. I couldn't go to a church that was just white. I couldn't be in a neighborhood that was just white. I had to work for what I believed in. And so that's a part of who I still am today. And so when I heard about the Circle of Chairs, I had two reactions. One, oh my God, we still are doing this. We still need to do this work because, you know, 60 years ago it should have been done, right? And also then, well, if it's needed, I need to be a part of it. And so that's where I met Natalie. And Natalie Shiras, I'm assuming that you are the energy behind starting this group and bringing together the NAACP friends and the friends from the National, Council of Negro Women and other people in the community to have dialogue around race, living room dialogue, which is the same thing that I had done, 60 years ago. So interesting. And Natalie is a retired, are you UCC minister, United Church of Christ minister? So, which makes a lot of sense. And I have just been so blessed to work with Natalie and to work with this group of people that I have met many friends there. Now, Richard is here with me, and I had met Richard a whole nother way. Mm-hmm. I met Richard with interfaith work in LA, right, Richard? And we would go together to LA to do some of the work for that organization that has a mile-long name. And we shared a lot. And then when Richard started talking about having a class on the building the beloved community at University of Laverne, I think that's when I connected you and Natalie. And I remember we had coffee together, and then you've been a part of the interfaith dialogue since then, and then the Circle of Chairs was a part of your class. So there were many things that happened to connect us all together. But when I hear your stories on the topic of race, and they're very different, I want other people to hear them because they're so powerful. So, Natalie, I'm going to invite you to come up first and to share your story, or the part of your story you can share, and the time we have, and then followed by Richard and his story. Okay, let's welcome Natalie. Yes.
Thank you. Lots of people on Zoom.
We do have some people on Zoom, I am assuming.
Good, very
Okay.
good.
Come and do your thing now.
So I should be right here so they can see me, is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here with you. I know some of you. I want to start in terms of the circle of chairs by remembering that a story is the shortest distance between people. A story is the shortest distance between people. So when we tell our stories to one another, and we hear the stories that others tell us, then we can make a connection. And that's how we built the circle of chairs. My story, I want to share a little bit about my childhood, as Jan did about hers. I grew up, for the most part, in segregated Washington, D.C., especially in the early 60s. Both my parents were active in the civil rights movement. My mother picketed the segregated hospitals, and my father was invited by the Episcopal Diocese to go down to St. Augustine, Florida, and with Martin Luther King, and desegregate a swimming pool in 1964. That would have been June 18th, 1964. And I was at that time 13 years old. And I remember it was on the news, and I saw the manager of the Munson Hotel pouring acid into the pool.
Oh my God.
And the pool was, my father was a white man, and another white man had become guests in the motel, and then had brought three, they registered at the hotel, and then they brought 3 black guests. So there were 5 of them in the pool, 3 black people and 2 white people. And so the manager screamed and yelled and said, "Get out, and you can't do this," and poured acid into the pool. And then a police officer jumped into the pool. It was on the news, and it was on the cover of the New York Times, with that police officer jumping into the pool to arrest them. And I remember seeing on the news, on the broadcast news, my father being put into a half Nelson and pushed into a police car, and there was a sense of, I need to be part of this. I need to do something here. We moved to Turkey at that time because my father, after that experience, not because of that, but because that, he went to jail, by the way, and then was let go 2 or 3 days later. And Lyndon Johnson, president, signed the Civil Rights Act on July 2nd, I believe it was. So it was soon after that event. But in Turkey, James Baldwin, the African-American author, lived there from 1961 to 1971. And he wrote many of his novels there in Istanbul. And it was a small American expat community, so he came to my parents' home quite often, because my father was the headmaster of that school there in Istanbul. And one day we were out on the patio, it was hot, and I wandered into the living room, and he wandered in after me and said to me, "Natalie, always be authentic to yourself. Never let anybody tell you different, but who you are." And then he wrote me a letter following to say, "Don't forget what I said to you." Well, that stuck with me. And I knew that there was this passion that had arisen for me about working for racial justice, because I had lived in that segregated city, I had seen the injustice, and I knew that was what my life's work needed to be. Now, I was a pastor, but I was always focusing on racial justice. Whether it was immigration justice or African American justice for African Americans, and working for Martin Luther King. So when I was part of the Poor People's Campaign, this idea of dialogue, it's come about over the years. I was part of a dialogue of Muslims and Jews, over what was happening in Israel, because I lived in on a kibbutz in Israel. I've been part of dialogues of different peoples over the years. So Jan is right. When I came here to Pilgrim Place, which is where I live, retirement community here in Claremont, I reached out with some other Pilgrim Place residents to NAACP and National Council of Negro Women, and now we have Richard Rose's Ecumenical Center for Black Church Studies, and the Baha'i community, and the Friends Meeting, and Jan Chase, of course, and your work, Jan, with Unity. But our understanding is to work together to dialogue on race, and we get 60 or 70 people. We used to do it monthly, and now we do it twice a year. And we work with the Claremont colleges, so it's very helpful to be together with young people. And we have a particular method called the cyclonic method, in which we deal with the barriers in our lives to working for whatever we need to be working toward. What is it that stops us from doing what we really love to do? All of us have that experience. And then we work on the next question. Well, what can open us up? And then we have a dialogue about next steps and where we can go from there. I have some handouts that I can give to people of what we did at our last circle of chairs, so you can see what we've done. But Jan is right. We've worked for almost 10 years now with this, and we've also trained some other organizations on this. And I know Richard will have some other things to say about how he's working with it. And the work we did at the University of Laverne and was really great. I think is that Rochelle back there that I see? Oh, great. So she was part of that effort at the University of Laverne, and we love working with the young people in particular. And they now will take that cyclonic method forward and use it in their organizations and even in families. So you'll see what that is when I hand that out to you. Thank you very much.
Let's give her a And now Richard. Richard, I'm always so happy to have you with us, and you bring so much to our church and our community, and I know your mama was a Unity Truth student, and so I love that. Unity really got out everywhere in the olden days, not so much these days, but hopefully. So let's hear your story and the work you're doing and what makes your heart sing.
Well, first of all, thank you so very much for this. Let's take this off. For this opportunity. Can you guys hear me? Maybe I don't need to handle it. Okay. Thank you so very much for this opportunity to share and be a part of this special service here at Unity Church. Unity and race, the circle of chairs, is something that very much is a passion of mine these days, and so it's a delight to be able to share these passions with people who are of other ethnicities, who have the same interests and goals in mind. So I want to just start out by saying that with respect to diversity, I grew up in a diverse household, and so my mother, who was mentioned by Reverend Jan, her last name was White. So her maiden name was White. And then she married my dad, and of course, he was a Rose. So she was a white rose. And as a white rose, she really showed that throughout her entire life. In fact, when I did her eulogy, that was the theme that I used my mother as a white rose. But she was an immigrant from Jamaica, and she stayed very close to the family that sponsored her, and so we would often go to their home for family occasions like the 4th of July or something like that. We might spend with that family at the ranch out in the country with the lake out in the creek out in the backyard and so forth. So I saw another side of life while growing up. My immediate brothers, one is married to Latina, another is married to a Filipino woman. And so within our family, diversity was never a question. Now, come to the real world and just sitting down and hearing both Natalie and Jan talk about their experiences the other day. One thing that became clear is when the cultural norms are of your race or ethnicity or religion, the choice to be impacted by the other is just that. It is a choice. I didn't feel as though the engagement in race issues was as much of a choice for me. In fact, I never chose. I was always a part of it, right? As a black man in a racist society, I cannot make race a non-issue. At least it's very difficult for me to make it a non-issue. If there's a cross burning on my front lawn, or if Donald Trump is in office as President of the United States, then the issues are present when I walk outside. Then there is a lack of choice, which some have, but a necessity to make it an issue in my life. And then there's the nuanced view with regard to race and race issues. Once one becomes aware that there are challenges, then becoming an advocate, whether you are on the Caucasian side or the Asian side or the African American side, becoming an advocate is something that one can become a choice for, because even though it's an issue for me, I could run from it, but I choose to stay and be a part of it. The other thing that became, or is becoming clear, is the fact that we are really socially conditioned often to have this attitude of prejudice, this attitude of racism, because each of us is a product of our environment, or learning from parents, teachers, peers, and life experiences. We will take those experiences and they become a part of our psyche, a part of who we are. The question then becomes, are we willing to be open to other stories? And so storytelling becomes important. But not only is storytelling important, but listening and hearing and understanding the story of the other becomes important. What have we been told about the other? Do we only take what we've been told, or do we allow ourselves to hear the story from their perspective? Accountability. At what point are we free from our conditioned behavior and express freedom of choice ourselves? Well, I think the answer is we are responsible even in our ignorance. We're responsible for treating everyone with respect and utilizing the golden rule. The Christian version of the golden rule: do unto others as Christ has done unto you. Had you heard it like that before? Do unto others as Christ has done unto you. That's a pretty special way of dealing with the other. And so it becomes important to recognize differences, to be open to hearing other stories, to see that one does have a sense of ignorance with respect to things of the world, and that challenges one's sense of knowing. Are you comfortable in the unknown? Are you open to the truth of another? Does it threaten your truth? Well, if you were grounded in God, then nothing should threaten your reality. And you should be open to hearing other God creatures speak to you, right? So we can be in dialogue with those persons who we share this space with, because Ubuntu, I am, because we are. Thank you.
Wow. African part of it, yes. We should have you come and do an Ubuntu talk or series or something.
Yeah, you tell me and I'll be there.
We need to learn about the wisdom that we have from Africa, because there is a lot of wisdom that is there, and we are all connected to Africa at some point. So let us say let's give them all a big round of applause again. Yes,
Something about when the next one is?
yes, of
Can
course.
I come up and do
Come,
that?
come, make an announcement.
And maybe you could pass these out as I,
It's October
24th.
24th.
We've got a teach-in prior to that maybe we should announce
Oh, we
as
should do
well.
both, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
There's a teach-in at Prim
And that'll be July the 11th.
AME, is it?
Prim AME Church,
July 11th.
And I'll make sure I get flyers.
Yes.
Send me flyers, I'll make announcements, and tell us what a teach-in is, so.
Well, a teach-in is an opportunity for the community to come together and look, first of all, at a situation in its historical context. So we're not just talking sound bites, but we're trying to get a real good perspective on what is taking place from different segments of the community, and then you have dialogue and discussion around what it is we've learned that morning through the psychotic method.
Which is the method we use in the Circle of Chairs. And so that's coming up fast, July 11th. And the next Circle of Chairs, and you're seeing the last one we did, will be October 24th. So I hope you'll consider it, and you can find out more from Jan. I want to say one thing in response to what Richard said. Do unto others as Christ would have you do unto, or Christ would have you do unto you, really. When Christ took some of the disciples, Peter and James and John, up to the mountaintop and he was transfigured, they didn't know what to do. But what he said at the end, after the voice of God came through the clouds and said, "He is my beloved son, listen to him." And they fell down and just couldn't believe it. Jesus said, "We got work to do." And they went down off the mountaintop and continued the ministry. So that's what we're called to do, and that's essentially what Richard inspires me to remember, and Jan and all of what you are doing here at Unity. So we continue this work for freedom and for justice, and that's Circle of Chairs is one part of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Richard, did you want to say any more about what's coming up, what you're doing, and who you're doing it with and through?
Well, on July the 11th, we will be holding the second teach-in, we being the Ecumenical Center for Black Church Studies, which has partnered with the University of Laverne for many, many years to offer degrees to students in the area. We did a teach-in during Black History Month on the nonviolent movement, which was very successful. This one will be on American independence and the idea of freedom. And the question will be freedom for whom during this period. And we'll look at ways in which we can actually live up to the idea of land of the free, home of the brave. And so come on out and join us on the 11th. Again, flyers will be available. It's free, open to the public. We do ask that you register so we'll know how many people we need to prepare lunch.
And that's at Prim in
Prim here in Pomona, right on Town Avenue, not far from here.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm thinking of that kind of a theme, a similar theme for July as well. Brett, do you have music for us today? Okay.
This is a simple song. I wrote it years ago. in the course of very little time too. It's so simple and straightforward, but it really, it's called We Are Here. And it just talks about how we're all here in this together, united in spirit, and we all come from this same spiritual thing. And to just remember that. Let's make sure there's no reverberation. Okay. I know my voice is kind of soft, so I have to use one of these. I wish I didn't. We are here together. Show us how we are the same. Show us how we are the same. Show us how we are the same, God, within our hearts. We all breathe together. We all breathe together. Let us feel our breath together. Let us feel our breath together. Let us feel our breath together. One more time. We are one in this God life. We are one in this God life. Illuminate us in our oneness. Illuminate us in our oneness. Illuminate us in our oneness on this holy ground. We are one together. We are one together. We are one together.
Wow. I could see that in some of our gatherings, could you not? That song, I mean, it's so beautiful. I would really like your songwriting to be recognized across, at least across Unity, if not across the world. Drac is a minister, but he is also an amazing musician. So, let us say our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now, let us sing our peace song.